may hand over to Břetislav Beránek, who also thought about, in particular, the future and a business plan. So I'm happy that you can take over. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I am very privileged to have the opportunity to speak in this University of Vienna, and my task is to speak about essence of literacy project. I was thinking about the way how I should approach it, and I realized that maybe a good way would be how it was at the very beginning, what we had, what were our ideas. Some of them materialized, some of them only partially. Okay, this is our team. As Renate said at the very beginning, we sit together with Sonja from Indra and somehow put together this project, or the basic idea of this project. Then we have to do some art twisting. For example, with Renate, she didn't want to be part of it because she said, okay, I'm working 70 hours a week and I will be working 75. But finally, I'm very glad that she yielded and she joined us, and we are very happy that we had a very finally we had a very capable team which did a very good job. Okay, now to the ideas. Yeah. The basic idea was to bring knowledge to people who have difficulties with reading and writing. Okay, we narrow it down to dyslexia people. One of the reasons why it was focused on dyslexia was that we worked with Indra company previously on the project which were focused on the children. And then we said, okay, but what about adults? With children, it was very different, yeah, because we work with kids 5, 6 years old. Yeah? There is still brain functioning in such a way that they could train and to overcome some difficulties with dyslexia. But what about adults? They don't have too much time, they have to care for the family, they are maybe not so interesting, and so it means that we said it must be very practical to help them to communicate, not to let them out of the main processes which exist in the society. And the things which we started, we said, okay, we have to focus our attention to different sorts of people. Probably the communication with people which are very bright is a bit different than with people who are old or on the side of society. And at the very beginning, I don't want to go to very details, we define different personas to have a target group and to really tailor-made it for this particular group. There is one big problem. Yeah? We have a dyslexia people, but we have millions of people in Europe, and their knowledge of reading and writing is on level grade 3. Obviously, these people have a very hard time to find a job. Some of them, they don't want to find a job. Some of them are trying, but it's very difficult if they are not able to communicate in reading and writing. It was one of our target group, people who are on the side of the society, to help them to be able to communicate and ask for help and eventually get the job. Prison, again. 1 month ago I was listening to BBC, and this was very interesting program on the BBC. The prison facilities in Holland are empty. And they rent the space to different countries, Belgium to Britain and so on. And finally the reporter asked one gentleman who is responsible for prison facilities, and he said, how come, yeah? In Netherlands you don't have enough prisoners, and in other countries they have so many that you have to rent the space. And I said, it's very simple. If you release the prisoner to the society without help, without helping him with accommodation, without helping him to find a job and so on, you could be sure that in one month, 2 months, he's back. Because they have a very sophisticated system to help these people. And actually, with Vera, we are going next month. Yeah, we are going to have a meeting with one very high position gentleman in this system, and to promote our project in this particular section. Again, to communicate with the government, it's very difficult for people who are very highly educated, and it's even more difficult for people who don't have these skills, who don't have these reading and writing skills, and who are somehow isolated from modern way of communication. I don't want to go to the details how we approach this problem, but this was one part of the project. Again, I would like to repeat that in certain areas we maybe didn't succeed 100% in this effort, but our portal could be springboard for some of us, for some other people, to continue on that and to build on some work which we have done, and maybe to expand these ideas which I present right now. Another area of our interest was e-learning courses. There are many e-learning courses for different crafts, different jobs. I choose this truck driver because I met some gentleman in Norway, and he is putting together e-learning courses for truck drivers. And he said, basically it was like that, I was giving the speech and he came to me and said, oh, it's very interesting for me because 40% of the truck drivers are dyslexics. Normally in the society is 5% or something like that. And he said, there are so many dyslexic truck drivers because truck drivers believe that they don't need to read and write too much, they need to operate the truck. But new EU regulation requires that they have to know the logistics, they have to know how to fill the paper and so on. It means that this is another area which is potentially very interesting for literacy project and for the future of literacy project. Another thing is to connect people. This is very important. People connect each other, they have the same problem, they could share the experience and so on. The communication must be very simple. Yeah, sometimes when we went through all sorts of dyslexic sites, yeah, you have some helpful materials for dyslexics, but it's a lot of text and it's very, very difficult to understand. This was one of the principles, to be very simple to have it communicate. Internet. There are many important information for dyslexic people on the internet. Our portal has some hope that we were able to help people to somehow focus them on particular sites where they could find the information. We are aware that we cannot develop everything, we cannot put everything on our portal, and the internet is very dynamic, it's changing every day basically, and this is the way how our portal is working. There are many tools which could help people. With, again, the part of our portal inform user that there are some devices which could help them. This is a pen which somehow when the people make some notes in the classroom, in the same time it records the audio, and when they go back to this written place, they have it also in audio. This magnifier, there are many things in operation system which everybody has in the computer, but people usually don't know how to use it. I mean, that our portal again tries to inform people how to use it. Probably most people in their smartphones, they have the ability to text to speech, speech to text. Only few knows how to use it. Okay, and this is the thing whereas now
Literacy portal helps all adults who have difficulties in
okay,
reading and
we
writing.
don't have that.
Come with us. Literacy portal helps all adults who have difficulties in reading and writing. Come with us to see what our portal offers. Dyslexia hinders your options in many ways. It's important not to give up. Try and stimulate your brain continuously. You and the people around you will enjoy your progress. Try the literacy portal. We all want to maximize our chances at a job interview and be successful at work. Embark on a new path. The literacy portal will guide you. Are you looking for useful tools that make your life easier? These tools don't help you. On the literacy portal, you will find useful software and hardware tools. Visit the literacy portal. Give yourself a chance. www.literacyportal.eu.
Okay, I have done some marketing at the very end of my presentation. Thank you very much for your attention.